So this video is about the reinforcement learning. It's going to be an introduction to reinforcement learning. For now, there are multiple things that you have to know. There are multiple components to reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is an agent. Let's first go through an example, and then after that, I'm telling you what is what. So imagine you are in an amusement park, okay? This is the whole amusement park. So you're a kid, okay? And you are in this amusement park. And everything that you can interact with in this environment in the amusement park, like the roller coasters, swings, everything that you're interacting with, it's going to be your environment. Okay, so this kid is going to be our agent. So far, we understood two things. One is the agent, the kid in the amusement park, and the second one is the amusement park itself. Okay, no, I shouldn't have written. Is amusement park, which is environment. So even though our environment is stable, like nothing much is going, like the structure of amusement park is not going to change. There are stuffs happening in it. Things change inside of amusement park, but it is always an amusement park, at least for a very long amount of time. It's not like tomorrow is not going to be the amusement park, right? So that is the nature of environment. Environment is more stable, even though stuffs in it moves around and they change their state. Like for example, if my agent right now is at this point of environment, versus if my agent moves here, from here to here, now the state of our environment changed, okay? And then for example, if there's a roller coaster that is stopped and started moving, that again changes the state of an environment. So a snapshot of the environment is going to be state. But environment is more broader term and it is more stable, but state changes frequently. I mean, depending. State is the one that is in motion. Environment is the one that is more stable. Okay? So if your agent is here is one state, when your agent is here is another state, but the environment is still the same. Okay? And then in the amusement park, you have, for example, an area that you have roller coasters, and then you have areas that you have seesaw. Yeah, and then there are areas that you have swing. Maybe it's gonna be better if I do it this way. So yeah, for example, this is seesaw, this is swing, this is roller coaster. So for example, you have it, actually this is important because like imagine this is a wagon. This is a wagon on the roller coaster, and then you have another like a rail here. Yes, okay, so like a rail here, and then you have another wagon here as well. Okay, this is important, just keep that in mind. So this is our environment. This is our environment. Stuff's in it change. Agent moves around. These wagons move around. Seesaw changes its position. So that those are the states that are changing. Okay, because every time that the state changes, every action that the agent takes will have a different outcome based on where the agent is and how it is interacting with its environment. Like for example, if the agent is inside of this wagon that is going slowly on the ground, they can probably just get out of the seat. They put their hands in the air. But if you're in a roller coaster, if you're in a wagon in a roller coaster, you cannot do that because it's very dangerous. So even though in this state, agent and get a reward, as in have a nice breathe on their face when they are standing up. But then when they are in the wagon in roller coaster, it is very dangerous, and they might break something or something bad might happen. So that is going to be a punishment. This is going to be a reward, even though it's the same action, but the state is different. So now we talked about action as well. That is another one. And also we talked about reward and punishment. The goal is to have the most amount of joy and happiness, because that's why a kid goes to the amusement park. So if he goes around, he just explore around in the area. First time he just tries to figure out what's where, okay? So the kid is just exploring around the area and trying to figure out what's going on. And then after that, he goes and tries different type of, like for example, roller coasters, seesaw, and it will figure out which one is fun. Like for example, say, okay, seesaw is not fun. So this area is not going to, since this area doesn't have that much fun, or it might even, for example, he got hurt when the seesaw went down, it's probably like a punishment. So he doesn't like to be there, or he doesn't like to do that one. So this area is, in his mind, in the kid's mind, this area is negative. They don't like to be there. Like when you're going toward that, they're like, no, I don't want to go play seesaw. I want to go do something else. Like I like roller coasters. So I'm going to try to go toward roller coaster because it has the highest reward. I have the most amount of joy when I ride a roller coaster. So this way, the first time it just goes around and tries to figure things out, but then eventually through trials and errors, it will figure out which areas have more amount of joy and which areas are not, like are negative, like it's boring or it's scary or things like that. And the kid does not prefer those areas. So what policy is for example, you already have a plan in your mind that what you're gonna do in each one of the situations. Like for example, if it is around noon, you would probably want to go eat something. Like for example, you go to the roller coaster, and then swing is very close to roller coaster, and both of them are enjoyable, so you decide to go there, and then you decide to eat something, and then you go play with swings and things like that. So that is your policy, that is your strategy, what you're gonna do. You can just come up with it before you enter the amusement park, or you can go enter the amusement park, look around, and eventually step by step learn what policy, but based on like where everything is located, what is going to be your best policy or strategy to reach something.